Hello there again. I can't help but feel that there are some people that think that what I'm doing is bigger than me. Like they should be doing what I'm doing better. For example, they think that they should be the ones opposing Itim Nangagwa, not me. Or they should be the ones talking about these policies and not me because I am not the caliber that they are looking for. I'm not in the Rimfan, I'm ego or something. I do not know what it is, but I just got this feeling in me that there's just some people who believe that this job that God gave me to do is for them, and I am way, you know, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I am. Or I'm trying to do something which is just too bigger than me. There's actual phrase that I'm looking for, but my brain is failing me. I forgot the phrase that was going to encapsulate exactly what I'm trying to say. What I'm going to say about it is this thing. If you think that you can do this job better than me, I'll tell you something. What the truth of the matter is, it's just that you think that these things have got money involved. There's no money involved here. There's only pain. It's only a sacrifice. It's only putting yourself at a risk without no real reward. To understand, fighting for the country that doesn't even support you. You know, going all the while talking. You know, displeasing Xi Jinping and Putin. Can I ask you a question? Since Putin is gonna be in South Africa, when he looks after me, when he looks for me and try to kill me for trying to defend Zimbabwe from Putin and China, which Zimbabwean is gonna come to my rescue? Which one? Zero. So when we think that, or when we say that this thing is too big for me, it's for you to do, have you put yourself at risk? Hmm? You know these phones that we're using, those are Chinese phones, the Chinese technologies that are linked to the CCP. So when the CCP is listening to me telling them that they're gonna lose a colony in Harare, who do you think defends me? Who do you think I'm trusting? I'm hoping is gonna come. Do you think that the FBI? Do you think the FBI's have got an agent that always walk with me where I'm walking? No, they don't have. To understand. I'm only depending on Jehovah, on God Himself. He is the source of my wisdom, my supply, and the source of my protection. And He's the source of my appointment. He appointed me, not you. Get over it. So I feel in my spirit that there's these people that that are not happy with what I'm doing. And the reason why they are not happy is because they feel like I am taking their job. I can see a man in the spirit. I can see a man. I can see a vision of a man wearing a suit. It looks like a CIO. Looks like I pass a radio. But what I'm gonna ask a CIO watcher is that you think it's a job because you think that there's gonna be money involved. There's no money involved. It's just sacrifice without money. No money, nothing, zero. I've been making these videos for over 1.5 years. I mean, how much money do you think I've made from them? Zero. Nothing. There's no money being made. The sacrifice is what God asked me to do, and I do it. But if you think that you just got money and you want me to stop and then you do it, you discover that there is no money. There's only pain and suffering, sacrifice. No money at all. Because machoira kuita mari, machoira with everything that is political, they must have money in it. Sometimes it doesn't have money. Yes, it is politics, nation building, nation transforming, but there's no money for the person who's doing it. The money is for those that are suffering, getting people out of poverty, getting people access to health care. People who didn't have access to health care before. Imagine if our vision that we're trying to to birth here the vision of this channel, if we birth it in Zimbabwe, imagine how many people in the rural areas are going to finally have access to health care, children having access to education, their futures are becoming more positive. How much money do we make out of that? Barely nothing. It's not about money. And the reason why some of you people cannot do what I'm doing is because you are mainly focused on financial benefit And because of that, when you try to stop me and try to copy me or to do what I'm doing, you will discover that as we have removed me and put yourselves, you discover that there's no money in it because all you want is money. There's no money. There is backlash, there's pain, there's people who are ridiculing you, there's people who are ignoring you, there's people making a fool. Do you know when people laugh at me? People think the people that I stay with, people that I work with. I don't even have friends or family anymore because of the things that I do. There's no financial win for that as well. You understand? It's a calling. So if God did not call you for that, focus on what God has called you to do and leave me alone. Good night. Yeah, more specifically, these people think that I am taking their spotlight. So this is how these people view politics. They don't do politics because they want to see a change. They do politics because they want spotlight. They want to be political celebrities and they want to be heroes. So they don't understand why I must be going off a tangent and pursuing the removal of Itim Nangagwa instead of being obedient and watch from afar as Nelson Chamisa and the CIOs do their jobs because I'm just, this is way too above my pay grade or way too deep up than my scope of or intelligence or something like that. So so these men, they are bothered. I feel like the Lord is showing me that there's these men who are bothered by what I'm doing. Not because they disagree fundamentally with a person they don't disagree with the intent that I have, the intent of changing a government in Zimbabwe. A lot of people want that. But they disagree with who is doing it. They disagree that me, I have got the audacity. How dare you think you can remove Iti Mnangagwa? Who are you? And I'm talking about the people that also want Mnangagwa gone. They want Mnangagwa gone, but they just don't want it to be me who's going to play a pivotal role in dismantling the oppressive regime in Harare. Even though they are also working for the same cause. You understand? The jealousy and envy gets to eat them up, and especially not just jealousy and envy. That one is better. Undermining. Yeah, I feel in my spirit that the Lord is showing me that there are some people that undermine me, my personal integrity. They believe that I am a joke, or other. Yeah. They believe that I'm a joke. And even if they were to listen to my videos, if they can see some of the things that I'm saying, that they're actually things that can work, or 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 there's some powerful, strong points in there, they feel unsettled by the fact that why is this one saying those points? They will wish it was Chamis. You see, it's the thing. Chamisa and the rest of the guys in the opposition, they have got the opportunity to say anything that I am saying or to do anything that I am. In fact, they're in a better position than me because the Zimbabweans just listen to them. If Chamisa speaks, Zimbabwean listens to them. I mean, if I speak, I only have 10 views. And I'm sure even those 10 views, they're just mainly CIOs who are trying to figure out or looking for incriminating things I say so that they can build up a case, or even CIOs that want. I do not know. For example, I really do not know. But what I'm saying is that the triple C people and the chamisas, they have got the potential to listen to me and copy what I'm doing and paste. As long as Mnangagwa is gone and we've got a better country, isn't it what we all want? Angithi? That's all that's what is more important than ukuthi ndiyani ari kutonga, ndiyani akavhesa Mnangagwa, ndiyani akaita izvi, who is saying this, so who must get glory for this. No. So if you think that you are an opposition person or you believe that Zimbabwe must be at a better place, and you listen to these ideas that I say and these points that you like, choose them. Use them because the people listen to you. They don't listen to me. In fact, it's not just about the person that I'm seeing in the spirit or the few people that are in intelligence. It's actually a much bigger group of people that also want salvation, that also want deliverance from Idim Nankako. But they were hoping that God is going to bring them some prophet, with a nice, wearing nice, expensive suit, with wearing expensive perfume, with a big, shiny, expensive car, in the huge church with huge following, the prophet of God will praise and people fall on the ground, can prophesy what is in your fridge, you know, and comes, then Itimnangako just shakes. I mean, that's what people think, that God has got these people that are appealing to you, your own senses. If that's what the people have in mind, who's going to come and remove it? Who's going to bring salvation to Zimbabwe? This kind of rich guy, powerful man of God, you know, when he walks, all men of God they shake. He say, yes, 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 yes. Even in the church, it's the same thing. In the church, they feel like the people that God uses, masalala. It's some salad guy who went to university, who speaks English. Engathi ufakwe intanga zegwadla emakhaleni. That's what they want, and they believe it is God. If God uses people like us, we're just uninspiring and boring, with a funny sounding name like Ngobani. What the hell names their child Ngobani anyway? And born in some God knows why, that somewhere there in Queasy, then Bulile Mangwe, who cares about all that place? The people who are living there, is there anything good that can come out of there and lead Zimbabwe? No ways. You must be born in Harare. You must have grown up in Borodale. Went to Potter House or big schools, your parents must be connected to the ZANU-PF chefs. Then yes, we agree. We agree. Yeah. You can take Zimbabwe forward. You can take Zimbabwe forward. Not izvo zvinhu zvakazarura kumamisha uku, kumareserve, kumaruwa uku, kumatebhorerend uku, zvakasurvivha kukura hondi. Manje unoda kuzotora nyika ndiwanani apa. So that is the kind of mentality I feel is what we are experiencing right now. It is quite unfortunate because when King Saul, when Samuel went to the house of Jesse to anoint David, he asked for the sons of Jesse. Jesse brought all of his sons except for David. Now I understand why Jesse didn't bring David. It's not like Jesse hated his son. They didn't hate David. I'll tell you why Jesse didn't bring David, according to my thought. That's what I think, at least. I think Jesse viewed all of his other sons as worthy to become anything in life. But David, he did not view him as anything of value. Even the brothers of David did not view David of value. Perhaps even David himself did not view himself as anything of value. Maybe that's the reason why he killed lions with his bare hands. Because a normal person would not kill a lion with his bare hand. They'd be afraid of a lion. But this one, he wasn't afraid. And I think the lack of fear came not because he was brave, but because he didn't mind even if the lion killed him. He didn't mind. The love for the sheep was greater than the fear of the lion killing him. He knew he could have died, but he went ahead anyway and killed the lions. Perhaps part of it might have been because he did not value his own life. Because if he did value his own life, he would run away from lions. People who value their own lives fear Emerson Mnangagwa. They will never do certain things because they are afraid of dying. They are afraid of ZANU-PF. People who are not afraid of ZANU-PF, are not afraid of dying, who don't really care much about their own lives, can put themselves forward and be a sacrifice because they are not valued by people. They probably also don't even value themselves that much. So they say, ah, what the hell? Let me just throw in the head. So I feel that is how unvalued David was. Not hated. No, he wasn't hated. He was unvalued. Yet after all that, Samuel asked the father when God had refused all the sons. Then he says, is it all the sons that you have? That's when he comes now as an afterthought. Then the father says, yeah, there is some useless boy there, some dirty boy there who's good for nothing except for herding cattle or except for herding sheep. That's what we do. Even in Zimbabwe, you're gonna say, yeah, we do have some prophet there, some boy on YouTube, or some who speaks in some obscure, useless YouTube channel, just nothing but a waiter. He saves white people there in Cape Town. That's all that he's called for. That's what is reserved for him, not the things of country. I think a day is going to come when all of your trusted prophets in Harare will not have the word of God, will not have the answer. All of your PhDs, Harvard educated PhDs, will not have the answer to the national troubles that is going to come. And you will seek for advice, and you will not find any who's able to give you advice. And you're going to be frustrated there is national leadership. Is who has got an answer? Nobody's got an answer. And then someone is going to say, perhaps let's try that stupid Ndebele on YouTube. Perhaps he might have an answer anyway. He seems to think that he is something, though we know that he is nothing. Perhaps we will ask him. I'm sure that ask is going to be very smart. It's not going to be direct. It will come indirect so that someone can siphon the answer out of me without actually making me feel important, but such a way that you say, there's a way of asking someone a question and then they give you an answer and then you pretend as if you didn't even want that answer, yet you really desperately needed that answer because you yourself, you've got this pride of accepting that someone who's in Ndebele might actually have an answer to build a nation. After all your children who were born in the right places could not come up with the answer. All your children who were born in the right families could not stand against this menace called Itim Nankako. That so happened that it is a dog or something which is less than a pig out there born in Matebele land, a region which we tried to erase in the 80s but could not erase due to international pressure. It so happens that for now, there is a pig out there which speaks surprisingly and can look good if you put lipstick on its lips. That day is going to come. I wonder when that will be. Have a good night.